Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. In my last video, I got a few comments saying that you guys would like to see me go a little bit more in depth into how I do my base makeup routine, so in today's video, I'm doing exactly that. This video is just a mix of things that I've gathered over the years doing makeup from other videos or just things that I've learned on my own. So if you are a beginner and wanting to know a little bit more of how to do things, or if you're just looking to find some new techniques that you might not already know, hope you stay tuned and enjoy. Okay, so like I had in my last video, I always start off with just some micellar water or just really anything that'll clean your face just to get any oil off of it and have a nice little clean slate for you. Okay, so now that that's done, I'm gonna go in with my primer. Now, for me, I use a color correcting primer. Like I said in my last video, I do have rosacea and some redness. You can see it a little better in this video. So I do use the CoverGirl. I have found though that this primer, it is the Ulta primer. It's poreless. It's really good also, but just for my sake, I use a green corrector, so. So next, I'm just gonna go in with foundation. Again, like I said in the last one, I use the Wet n Wild foundation, and this is Nude Ivory. You do want to blend it down onto your neck. I don't do it a whole lot, just because this does match pretty nicely to my neck, but I do just a little bit, just so I don't get a harsh line. So next I'm going to go in with concealer, same concealer as last time, CoverGirl in Light Ivory, and I don't use a whole lot. This is just personal preference. When I do blend out my concealer, I do kind of follow like a little triangle here, if you'll notice, when I do blend it out, but I don't do the full concealer on there. So sometimes if I'm doing a really glam look, I will go in with just like a dot on my chin and sometimes my forehead here, but it's very rare that I'll do that. I kind of just prefer to use my contour to do all that. So next I'm gonna go in and do translucent powder. Use the e.l.f. translucent, and I do just use kind of a fluffier brush. It really doesn't matter. It's not pressing what kind of brush you use. I just dab it in and just sweep it under my eyes and just kind of sweep it just all over my face. So next I'm going to go into contour, and I'm going to use the Revolution palette again, and I'm going to use this brown shade here, and I'm just going to use an angled brush. Now when I do my contour, I actually hold my angle brush, like instead of just going in like this, I hold it upside down so that I can really just carve out where my contour is going to be without going too low, because that is something that I know I did struggle with a little bit, and if you're a little bit newer, it'll be a good little guide there. So I really just start kind of top of my ear and just drag it down, going in like small circular-ish motions, and then just kind of pushing up from there up into my temple. And I do bring it out onto my ear, just so you don't have a really weird pale ear and dark contour. So then I'll usually start from where my contour kind of ends and just bring it down onto my jawline and then go into my jaw. Starting bottom of contour, bringing it down into my jawline. And again, super light strokes. Now, some people will contour here. I contour underneath because I do like having a jaw, like accentuating my jawline. That again is personal preference, and because I like to accentuate it, I do come up behind, like right in that pocket of my jaw, and I will really contour it out. But I do like the androgynous look, so if you want a softer look, you would come up higher here onto your jawline and do it that way. So then I start from temple and kind of I bring it like above my eyebrow and then up. Very light, and I do usually just push in up here. Like I don't go back and forth, I just pushing in and brushing off. And then very lightly, I'll just come right above here, really lightly. I don't like it super dark right in the center there. Yeah, so then for nose contour, I'll go in with just a smaller blending fluffy brush, and I'll come here right on my inner corner of my nose and go like right on the top of my bridge and bring it up into my eyebrow and down into my crease. From there, I'll lightly, very lightly, I don't like a super, snatched nose. I will just very lightly go down the bridge on both sides. And do the tip here. And then just a thing that I've started doing recently is I'll go and do like the button nose, So you just go right above where kind of like the tip of your nose is, right above it. If you want to imagine like a circle here, you're just kind of topping off the circle there. And that's all I do. That's contour. So for blush, again, I'd use more than one shade. That's a preference. It's kind of just helps so that I can get the right placement every time. So I go in with this Tarte blush in Exposed, and this is literally just an Ulta blush brush. And so I'll just take it in, dip in there, and I start kind of right at my temples, and I'll actually pat it on. Now I pretty much go from my contour up and to here. So I start blending from my contour, going up, and I go up into my temples. If I were to just wear this shade, this is a shade that I could just build up more if I'd like, but I'm going to just jump to the other shade here, that I used from the Ulta kit that I got. So, like I used in my last video, I'm gonna use this like peachy shade here. And same place that I did the other one, I just start right at my temples. Bring it down to the contour. Because this shade is a little darker, I do have a bit of a lighter hand than I did with the first shade. So next I'm going to go into my highlight, and for that I just use this Morphe M532 brush, and I will use the Candlelight, Too Faced Candlelight in Rosy Gold. It is, looks like that. So for this one, I really just mix the two together. Nothing really special, but I go right on this highlight of where I want to highlight my cheekbone. Just go right on there. I keep the brush pretty flat against my face, pretty much at an angle. So from there, I will kind of do like a C motion up into my brow bone. And even into my brow. I just kind of use like circular motions as well as just sweeping motions. And it just kind of makes just a nice little glow around my eye that I like. But I will usually go in and do highlight on my nose. I will just do it right here on the bridge of my nose and then skip right down to the tip of my nose. And that's all I do. And I very lightly, I'll just put the highlighter right on the very tip of my brush and just very lightly, not a whole lot, just go back and forth. And so that's the bridge, and then for the tip, I just very tiny up and down motions onto the tip of my nose. And if I'm doing like a super glam look, I will highlight just right here, just using side to side motions right there on my chin. So then if I want to highlight my inner corner or anything, I just take this kind of like flat brush here, really tiny brush, blend the two together and just go right on my inner corner, and I just pat it in, I don't brush it. And I kind of go from right in here, I go right above and right below. It just helps to open up my inner corner. So that's pretty much just the base, just contour, blush, highlight, foundation routine that I do pretty much every time that I do my makeup. If you guys have any further questions about, you know, specific application things that I did or any products that I used, feel free to put them in the comments below. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. I will definitely be putting out more videos. Hope you guys enjoyed.